Welcome everybody to Kleschka Picks Week 10, and I have upgraded once again. I bought a new little GoPro camera. This one can be turned on with a remote, pretty cool, that I just brought. Anyways, yes, and it also films in higher quality. And it is also the start of November, which is also the start of No Shave November. I don't grow facial hair as fast as many people, but it'll come in at the end of the month. Not as well as others, but I'm still going to participate. Anyways, let's get started with the Thursday game. My Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. My Seahawks lost to the Redskins last week at home. What? Like, that is where we are the best. That is where we play the best. And only if Blair Walsh would have made that field goal earlier in the game, then it would have been tied at that point. But no, of course, he didn't. And yeah, we ended up losing. We could not complete the Hail Mary to try and miraculously win the game. So yeah, we lost, and then the Cardinals beat the 49ers. Easy team to beat. And this week, however, I think that we are going to win. I think we are the better team. Arizona is without Palmer, is without David Johnson, but Adrian Peterson did do pretty good last week. Lots of touches. And although, in the end, I think our defense is still one of the better defenses around, even though we've been struggling big time this season. I just don't think Drew Stanton's going to get the win over us. I think the Seahawks, my Seahawks, will win 23-17. Bills played the Jets on Thursday Night Football, and they lost. The Jets are being an impressive team this year. I knew they were going to give them some competition, but I didn't think they were going to go out there and beat them. Saints, who have a really hot hand right now, have 6 straight wins in a row. They are on fire. They are the top of their division. Teams are keeping up with them, and I think the Saints will come on top. I think they're just have the hotter hand. I think that's going to continue. Drew Brees is a great quarterback. And even though the Bills might have Kelvin Benjamin playing this week, most likely, I still think the Saints, with a defense that, like I said last week, are keeping them in games, I think that'll get them the win, 24-20. Bears and the Packers. The Packers lost to the Lions last week. I had a feeling that was going to happen. This Packers team without Aaron Rodgers is just a nightmare for them. And the Bears had a bye week last week. So I think that's going to continue with the Packers. I think without Aaron Rodgers, I think they're just going to have, it's going to be a nightmare. And Aaron Jones looked like he had locked up this job with that game against the Saints, but no, apparently not, because next week he had like barely anything. And so I think the Bears, I think Mitch Trubisky, since he's had a while to start, and he's been doing that for a couple games, even though Brett Hundley's been doing the same thing, I think Mitch Trubisky has been better at it. And I think the Packers are just struggling big time without Aaron Rodgers. I think the Bears will win 24-13. Lions and the Browns, this one's easy. Lions beat the Packers last week. I just said that. Browns were on a bye week. I'm just going to get it quick and over with. I think Lions will win 31-10. Steelers and the Colts. Colts beat the Texans, and it was the Texans' first game without Deshaun Watson. And clearly that proved that without him, they struggle mightily. Even though Tom Savage made some nice touchdowns to DeAndre Hopkins, or nice touchdown, I forget. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was one. The Steelers had a bye week last week. They've been up and down, but they've been more up lately. They've been playing like the Steelers they should be. And I think in this game, the Steelers are just going to ride, beat an easy team in the Colts, 27-17. Chargers and the Jaguars. Chargers were on a bye week last week, and the Jaguars held the Bengals to just 1 score. And I think the Jaguars have a very impressive defense this year. They are competing. A lot of teams didn't think they even would. They might have a chance to jump into the division now. I think the Texans are leading. I'm not positive on that. But now without Deshaun Watson, I don't see them holding on to that. And the Jacksonville will definitely give them a run for their money. Jacksonville might even be at the top of the division already. I'm not sure. Let me check really quick. So yes, Jacksonville actually is at the top of the division as I am recording this. And I think with their great defense, and Blake Bortles actually playing like a pretty good quarterback, not great, not terrible, but like decent, I think they will beat the Chargers 20-10. All right, the Jets and the Buccaneers. The Jets were a team that everyone thought would do terrible this season. I mean, they're not lighting the world on fire, but they're doing way better than what most people thought. And the Buccaneers, they're going to be without Jameis Winston for a couple weeks. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the backup. He has experience, but I think the Jets having had him on his team, on the team for a couple years, I think that'll give them a little bit of an advantage. They kind of know him, know how he plays. And plus, Todd Bowles is coaching great this year with the team he's been given. So I think the Jets will win 23-7. Bengals and Titans. The Titans beat the Ravens last week. The Bengals, like I said, lost to the Jaguars. Both of these teams aren't doing that hot this year. I think they're both kind of struggling. But in the end, I think the Titans will win 17-10. The Vikings and the Redskins. The Vikings were on a bye week last week. The Redskins beat us in Seattle, so they definitely have confidence coming off of week 9. The Vikings, however, they also have confidence knowing that they can definitely go and take this division. It's either going to be them or the Lions. That's what I feel. And I think that Minnesota is a great defense. They're playing great this year. And I think they will be able to hold the Redskins because the Redskins haven't had a constant streak of doing good this year. They've been having a hard time with their offense this year and playing a good defense. I think that's going to be hard for them to win. I think the Vikings will win 24-13. The Rams and the Texans, like I said, without Deshaun Watson, the Texans just aren't the same team. The Rams, however, have lost nobody, and they have been dominating all season. They just put up 50+ on the Giants, and Houston's also riddled with injuries on defense with J.J. Watt. I'm pretty sure Mercilus is injured or whatever that linebacker's name is. So it's not just their offense, their defense is taking a hit too. And going against this high-scoring Rams offense that keeps doing it week in and week out, I think the Rams will take this game 45-17. All right, the Cowboys and the Falcons. Normally people would be like, wow, this is going to be a great game. But here's one problem. Atlanta has been struggling so much with the new offensive coordinator this season. Matt Ryan is just not playing like MVP Matt Ryan. And the Cowboys, who I thought were struggling a little bit when they lost to the Rams, I thought that was kind of odd that happened. But now they kind of picked it up and become the Cowboys we all know. And I think that that's going to help them to beat Atlanta because, like I said, Atlanta is not the Atlanta from last year. And Dallas is about to become the Dallas that we all know, or they're already at that point. And Ezekiel Elliott is too dominant. Des Bryant had a pretty good week last week, and I heard he came out of the game, though. I think they said he'll be fine. And Dak Prescott is a very good quarterback. I think he'll lead them and the Cowboys to a win 30-24. The New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. Giants got dominated by the Rams last week. The 49ers lost to the Cardinals. This is going to be a year to forget for both of these teams, especially the 49ers. So luckily for the Giants, I think they are easily going to get the win over them. I think the Giants with Eli Manning, more experience, it'll be, if Garoppolo plays this week, it's going to be his first week, and he didn't play last week because he just got traded. And I think the Giants will win 26-13. Patriots and the Broncos. The Broncos cannot figure anything out at quarterback. No matter who they put in, it's just a struggle. The Patriots, I mean, come on, they got Tom Brady. They just are good every year with him. And Denver's defense even is struggling mightily. Didn't they allow 50+ to Philadelphia last week? And New England was on a bye week. And I think with Denver, the way they are this year, their defense not being the defense that we've all seen in the past, and their offense just not working at all, the Patriots will win 38-17. The Dolphins and the Panthers. Panthers beat the Falcons. There you go. Like I said, Falcons, I would normally think, okay, this is going to be a win for them. But no, the Falcons aren't the same. And the Dolphins barely lost to the Raiders, only by a field goal, after being shut out the week before by the Ravens. Come on, Dolphins, why are you so up and down against teams? I don't get it. The whole NFL is just up and down this year. But anyways, I think Carolina is the way better team. Cam is great at QB, but he's also been inconsistent this year. I think that the Panthers, even though they traded away Kelvin Benjamin, are still going to get the win. And I think their offense is better than the Dolphins. I think they will get the win 24-20. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. If you liked this episode, give it a like. Subscribe to the Kleschka crew if you haven't. And I'll see you in Week 11.
Audio Jungle.